Hello there and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival Week 2 of 1.0. I keep wanting to say alpha, it's just habit. Anyway, we have started making a base here. As you see, I've got a little platform that's going to become a little hangar for the desert runner, or the desert runner, as I originally called it, by mistake. But between now and last time, I did go back and I mined all of the original deposits that we started mining. I've completely emptied those, and I have all of those in here. Actually, I've got them in my base, which is just to the left of me, part of this structure here. I also found a locker on the structure that we actually originally put our first camp outside. There was a nice locker there with some pretty nice goodies, lots of seeds, as well as a core, a pistol with some bullets, which I guess could fend off the first base attack. That is a thing. In case you're new to this, yeah, we will be getting attacked by the Xerax at some point. They will send, hopefully, just a couple of drones our way, and that's it. Good experience, and we can also get some Promethium packs from them as well. I also, well, you know what, I'll show you what I've done so far. I do actually have a little bit of footage of that, and I will talk you through what I have done so far. So, once we have everything built, we are going to take the small constructor and the fuel tank and bring them over here to this outline that I have made. That little area there is where the desert runner is going to have its own little hangar. I'm going to go ahead and place the small generator and the fuel tank right next to it there. That'll do for now. Then we'll go ahead and we will grab the 2 cargo boxes and the small constructor. By the way, I had to place all of those concrete blocks 6 blocks at a time. That was all I could carry. It was really time consuming. So these cargo boxes, we're going to go ahead and select a bigger size. It doesn't cost us any more. It's all the same. It just costs us more space, but that's fine. We definitely want the actual cargo space itself, so we're going to go ahead and place one on the left, one on the right there, and we'll place the constructor, this little baby small constructor, in the middle. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to label up the cargo boxes, because we'll need to assign them to the constructor. So we'll have to auto-group everything for now. I mean, that generally does most of the time anyway. We'll label one as input, one as output. I just like to do this. It just makes admin so much easier. It makes it easier to find stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to move everything over now. There you go, just move everything over and we can live out of the base, essentially. From this point onwards. We don't need to worry too much about those constructors. That said, I still use the constructors to break down ores because it's free. It doesn't use up any power, whereas everything you do with the base will use up power. So I still recommend using those small constructors just to break down your ores into ingots. Anyway, we assign one to input, one to output on the small constructor, and we can begin using it to build stuff. And what we're going to build first are actually a couple of wireless connections there. One for the desert runner and one for the base. The one for the base, just place it there next to everything for now. We can move it later if we want. I'm going to go ahead and put one on top of the desert runner here. We'll just get rid of a little block at the back. This is actually where I've got it in my blueprint, but because I made the change to it before I started building it in this playthrough, it didn't actually count, so yeah, that's where it would be if I was to ever put it on the workshop. Alright, again, we're just going to continue moving everything over, and we can do this remotely now, using the F4 function. We can connect up to whatever container we want. Unfortunately though, we can only take 200 in the output. That's it, it's completely full. 200 concrete blocks. Kind of remarkable. So we're going to go ahead and put the rest of it into the input here. Those blocks are very bulky, but I'm sure that's no surprise. So we have everything moved over now. We're going to go ahead and connect to that so that we can just place those blocks in our toolbar, and we don't need to worry about placing 6 at a time. We're then going to have the base working on some windows for us, because it's always nice to have windows, right? And we'll start working on shaping this base up. Obviously everything's subject to change. In fact, it's almost certainly going to get changed by the end of this video. I wouldn't be surprised. I do tend to build that way, where I start doing one thing and go, nah, I'll do another. I'm going to go with these curved blocks here and just build it out like this. Go ahead and just cover up the generator, the essential stuff in case we get attacked. I'll go ahead and build it on the other side. Something I should have been using was the symmetry tool. That would have been really good. What I'm going to do here is something that you shouldn't actually do, just a bad habit. This is a bad building habit, and that is I decide, oh, I've done this the wrong way around, this is meant to be the half block, but I've actually started taking it out from the bottom. You don't want to do that because of structural integrity. So you could take out a block underneath and then that causes blocks much higher up to fall down. But luckily it's not really a big deal right now because we've got such a small, low structure. It's not really an issue. But it's just a bad habit. Try and avoid doing that if you can. Take blocks out from the top, unless you intend on having everything fall, obviously. Then go for it. So, there we go. We've got this little bit sticking out here. And I decide, alright, how am I going to do this? Well, let's go ahead and activate symmetry mode. Which one is it going to be? So what you do is you click one of these axes. Not that one. Certainly not that one. The XY axis, there it is. So everything you place on one side will then be built on the other side. That's our center point. And then we're going to go ahead and, in a much better way, just take everything out from the top. So, we're going to half block it here. Full block down to half block, like so. And then what we'll do is we'll reverse those blocks around. Or we'll have it slope all the way down like that, rather. And then we will then reverse that around like so. So you see, everything that's built on one side will then be built on the other side. Finish that off there. And we'll worry about this front section another time. It's not really essential, it's pretty much just going to be a fancy little viewing area. With probably access to water generators is the plan as well. We need water generators for oxygen. Anyway, there you go, that is it. That is what we have done so far. So there you have it. That is where we are at the moment. We've just got a basic outline here of how it's going to look. I think I might change these though to window blocks potentially. You can get diagonal 2 long window blocks, that might be a lot nicer. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do here, but what I want to work on right now is the little hanger. Well, 2 things. We need to enclose this bit here, keep it safe whenever we do have a drone attack, and we also want to build I want to build like a through hanger for the Desert Runner, and the way you actually get into the base is you'll park this in and there'll be another hatch that's part of the base that will hopefully have some signal logic, and we just go jump straight in and we're inside the base, say here, where I'm floating right now. Yeah. Damn it, stayed airborne for ages. Should play some b-ball. Anyway, what have we got? I'm wondering how much bigger I want to make this. Probably not a whole lot. It's so nice that we don't have to do the 6 blocks at a time, because that was excruciating. It really was. This is perfect. That's the perfect length, I think, for the base. For the hanger. So with the XY symmetry plane, I do believe. Alright, good. And from here, what we'll do is we'll build some nice slopey blocks. Like this. Okay, here's something rattling. Well, I'm sure it's perfectly safe. No problem at all. So it's pretty much morning now. Just in time, actually. Oh yeah, of course, symmetry mode. No, I just did that. What is wrong with me? From here... Okay, I also need to think about the size of this, because I wouldn't mind putting some shutters here at some point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Do they have shutters that are 4 high? Honestly, I don't think so. So I may make it one little bit wider, possibly. Like this. Because I know there's 5 by 3, and I think that would be perfect for this. So if we've got 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning here, and then we'll have a gate here. I don't think we do need it to be that big, you know. Sure, there's a 4 by 3. Yeah. This can shimmy on a little bit. Alright, cool. Good. Excellent. So how high do we need to make this thing? Well, let's take a look, shall we? We've got this here. Keep that block there so we can jump up anytime. That said, they are playing with low gravity, so we don't need to worry too much. I do like the height of this, but we're going to need to make it a bit bigger, because we need to make sure we can get this thing in while it's still off the ground. So, just as a sort of example, let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, one higher. There we go. That works quite nicely, actually. And then you can come across here. There we go. Lovely. Bring this, and what we can do is use the control button to drag it across an area, and there you go. Look at that. Now I can't get in it. That's fine though. That's actually totally fine because I do. Where's my multi-tool? We wanna make a little. Hey, look at this. See? 3, 4, 1, 2. Wait, it's okay. It's only in creative mode, but it doesn't like it. So yeah, here you go. What you'll do is you'll get in a bit like this. Let's go ahead and turn the thrusters on. Just a moment, please. So it's a pretty good spot. Yeah, look. Oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think? Does that seem like a pretty good idea? So you'll be able to come to the base this way. You'll come in here. There'll be an elevator probably going down. This will be behind glass. I'll throw in probably a second generator there. Yeah, and then you'll go back up over the other side. Hang on. Let's just jump up this way for now. Then I'm thinking of putting a garden over this side, probably. Sounds like a good plan on paper. For now. I may put like a door in, possibly. Having that as the only way in is a little bit, doesn't seem like the smartest idea. So let's go ahead and actually do that for now. Fill this in. Down to 92 blocks. We'll worry about windows later. We're only level 4, so I can't even build a proper constructor yet. This is the earliest, I think, lowest level I've ever built anything. Ever built a base, sorry. Okay, how do we want to do this? Do you want windows there? Probably not. Maybe a window here might be nice. Little window looking out. That's the radiation coming from the generator. You do have to be careful with stuff like that. We'll have the little veranda out front. Just a little viewing gallery. I don't know if that's going to have any purpose. Oh no, we're by water. So you'll need to gather water from here. I'll need to have some water generators. So actually, yes, there will be a point in having that. Do we want a doorway going through here? I actually don't. I want this completely cordoned off. I want it to be difficult to get into in case we do have ground troops coming. Yeah, I'm serious. I actually do want it to be difficult to get in. The only other door is going to be at the front here, or the only way you can sort of get access in. But even then, I might make it so it's just a really difficult base to get into. Just to ward off those invasions, you know. Alright, so I'm going to need to make this a little bit taller. How are we going to do that? Well, I just need to think about the farm. 1, 2, 3. Right, because we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to need 6 blocks along if we want to build a proper farm, unless we just have it coming out this way. So it goes 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So to make it look a bit nicer, we can actually curve these around. So I think I am actually going to do that. So let me go ahead and let me show you what I mean. Oh, start from the top. Start from the top. It doesn't really make a difference because if we switch on structural integrity, I mean, have a look. Everything's totally fine because everything's very well supported at the moment. So it's really not a big deal. Jimmy! I'm going to call you Jimmy. Where's Janet? Back in my Alpha 11 playthrough, there were a couple of worms that hung about near my first base. I called them Jimmy and Janet. I like to think that's them. They've come to visit again. But here, yeah, you can see where it starts to get a little bit darker. And that is structural integrity. Shh, I'm talking. The structural integrity is starting to dwindle. Right, nunlock off. That's one thing I do hate, having to put nunlock off. Yeah, I'm cool with this. Then we'll sort of do it like that. No, that's all wrong, No. I also don't know if I just want a half block, because then I have to do this. accidentally. No, what am I doing? There, like this. Would make it a half block. Well, I guess we'll try it out. Something I'm going to do. So I'm going to have a bunch of... excuse me. Oh my gosh, my throat. Grow plots here. We're going to have 2 slots of 3, so we'll have 18 grow plots, hopefully. Here's the plan. Gosh, I'm like... right now. I just do a bit too much talking. I should really shut up, shouldn't I? That looks weird. Can we... We'll go ahead and we'll... Let's lower that a bit. Do the same this side. So just to warn you, this is just a build day. Today. That's all this is. Today we are exclusively building. You know what you can do if you can't quite get underneath there? Oh, hang on. I was going to say you could always use your drone. That is something that you can do. Go ahead and we'll build this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start with this. That's where our grow plots will be in. And we'll have it probably stick back out like that. Maybe 2 slots for turrets at the end. Might be good. I'll have to make all this out of glass, actually, along here. Ooh, heavy glass would look good, but that's expensive. And I do not have the resources for that. So, nope, that is not happening. Something I could do is maybe tier this up twice, so I could have 2 sets of 18 grow plots. That could be good, because it's so tall. Be a bit of a tight squeeze, but we could probably do that. Alright. Running low, and there we go. Managed to get some more. Alright, we're looking pretty good so far. It's the basic outer shell. Let's go ahead and see if we can fill this in. Try and get this the right way round, which is always a nightmare. Oh, that's the one. Thank you. That's lovely. From here, I think we'll go for the little top corner one. Where is it? That's you, isn't it? You're the wrong way round, though. There we go. From here. That looks good. That's fine. That's acceptable. No. Oh no. I just haven't have any oxygen. Excuse me. Oh god. That could have been bad. Okay. Alright, let's get back up here. I'll smoothen this out in a bit, don't worry. Don't you worry. We just want to get a basic outline here. I do love this feature. This is going to be really cool when we get the shutter and that being this sort of main way to get in and out. Maybe a sort of landing pad as well on top. If I do go ahead and build something. I am going to build an SV obviously at some point one of these days. That's for sure. Come on. A little bit more so I don't have to stop and give myself oxygen all the time. Probably going to fill in here. So unfortunately, let's just give you radiation. I've got 0.1 rads. It doesn't really come into effect until you get 1 rad, so it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Actually, something I'm going to do. Can we still build more? Yeah, we've got loads of crushed stone. Come on. There we go. Damn it. Alright, I think we need to look at elevator blocks. So, looks like I need to think about that already. Where are your elevator blocks? What level unlock are you as well? I must have missed you. We saw sentry guns there, that would be useful. Combine that with an ammo box and one of very, very basic defences. I'm guessing they're already unlocked. I'm blind. Elevator. Oh, it's under it's a block, isn't it? What's wrong with me, of course. Okay, I guess we can't build it with this. Wow. We need a large constructor. Guys, we need a large constructor. How on earth does that work? Alright, so we're only level 4. Oops. We're fairly close to level 5, actually. We're not far away at all. So if I was to, say, go around and kill a few things here and there, Get up to level 5. Is that enough to get me a regular large constructor? Yes, it is. Okay. I guess that's what I'm going to do. In a bit. Not right now. We're going to continue building because we can. So I'm going to keep this bit out here. We're just going to work on this section here. I'm going to do this here, but this is all going to gradually go down, like slope downwards, I think. A very gentle slope down to this section here. That's going to look really cool, and I might make a lot of that out of glass if I can. That would look pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Over here, we don't actually get that much. Okay, multi-tool here first. Tree field. Something I just realised, if we do get a sudden base attack, I don't have much in the way of long-range defences. Again, I need to be level 5. 24 metre range, that's woeful. 37 metres, that's marginally better, but your damage sucks. But hey, at least we can start off with that and then switch to the shotgun when drones get up close. Guess that'll do. We'll do the corner bits later. Just give us little ledges to jump back onto in case I fall off. So yeah, the garden's going to come out here, I guess, isn't it? Now I'm wondering what would look kind of cool. Maybe we can use truss blocks or walkway blocks over here. Might be nicer. Then again, if you're going down here, we need 2 spaces high, so this block here is where everything's going to come down from. So perhaps truss blocks would be better, or just these concrete blocks would do. Maybe wooden blocks. I never use wooden blocks, just for the sake of an aesthetic difference. That could be good, and I never use wooden blocks, so let's go ahead and put 20 of these, just for... Maybe we'll build the front bit out of wood as well. A bunch of new things here for me this time. I usually just make things out of steel, and today I'm using concrete. So there's already that. Could build a fridge as well. We're going to want a fridge. I just don't want to take up more space than I need to. I've also got a random motorbike there. That's pretty random. I mean, I could always go and kill Jimmy over there. That would give me experience as well. I don't want to do that. Poor old Jimmy. Alright, let's get these wooden blocks. Do you know what I can do? You can always build, by the way. In fact, I'm going to get rid of structure integrity mode. Come out of that. I'm going to go ahead and place these wooden blocks here. And you can do these in all the same shapes that you could before. So we're actually going to bring these out here. That's what we're going to do. And we'll probably have elevators at either side, because these are going to be regular blocks there. Probably a fridge underneath or something. So I'll come out here. Not bad, actually. The only thing of the drone, it's very shaky. Like, if I stop, it still carries on going. So, do be aware of that. Do be aware of that. I don't know how I'm going to finish this off. I feel like I'm just going to window it up. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, currently the shape of it is looking pretty bizarre. Let's face it, it is looking kind of bizarre. Okay, concrete block. We're going to have you coming out here. Probably out a bit higher as well. Right, I don't need to be in this mode anymore. We can do the rest of this like so. Like that. Boom, lovely. Go too high. We could always just make this 1 high. Not much of a ceiling. I think I'd like it if it... Oh, do you know what? I'd like it if it curved up. And then we gradually slope it down. That could be... Oh, that could be really nice. Can we use window blocks for this? Right, this is where we maybe want to start thinking about the window blocks. So, go ahead and grab these. Options are much more limited, you'll see, though. For instance, I don't see how we make that look good. Especially the amount of glass that we would need. Also, it's getting very warm, I just realised. Do I have my heater? Where's my heater? Where? Oh, it's going to be down there, isn't it? Look. There we go. Unfortunately, you cannot take the heater and place it in your base or anything like that. That is not an option. No, sir. What do we do? Right, we like this. It's basic, but it'll do. Probably put some sentry guns on the side. So that's one of the main ways in at the moment. Do you know what? We probably stay here. Some oxygen. And we just do this like so. We're going to need a lot more. Actually, we are going to need a lot more window blocks. And that, unfortunately, is going to take us through almost the rest of our silicon. This might not be an option for now. It does get through quite a bit, look. Is that 5 at a time? Takes 5 glass plates. That uses, what, 5 windows? Hang on, let's see. 5 silicon. Oi! Hell no. No more, no more. Do not use any more. Okay. That was a mistake. Go ahead and grab these. Anything that requires windows, we're going to hold off for now. That said, we do have this deposit here, so I'm going to go off and mine that soon. Need to explore the Polaris as well. We don't have any more copper, we've got lots of iron, so maybe I want to think about using steel. But concrete is fine, because it's not free, but well, it kind of is. We'll hold on to that. But yeah, we're very low in silicon supplies. Copper supply isn't exactly great either. We need to find some POIs at some point. Alright. Alright. Still very hot. What we'll do then is get some more concrete blocks. Failed to parkour our way out, but we still got out somehow. And we're just going to leave this bit here for now. I want to make it like a dome that kind of comes up. So this block here, these corner blocks, they're going to be a little bit different, you'll see. What did I get rid of? That block. Oh, these two. No, that's not going to work. What I was thinking. Maybe we'll just keep it like this. And in fact, maybe we'll keep the corners kind of basic like this. Yeah. And there's, you're like that. You're a weird block, aren't you? I have a feeling I'm not going to see you. I just realised I had it, didn't I? There we go. Ah. World's worst builder, ladies and gentlemen. See, maybe I'll just use concrete for it most of the way. I do think we have something similar enough, though. If we look at something like this, it's on the right track. I don't think this is the one, though. Not quite, but there is something similar to it. Here. Ah! No. Okay, well... Alright, that's a future problem. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's go ahead and... we want to look at how we're going to do this. Might want to do something like this. Do quite like that. And here we can actually have these gradually yes. Alright. Alright. And we can gradually curve this down and out. I don't know. Maybe can we have this? I don't know. Isn't this exciting, guys? This is why I don't do many of these sort of build videos. They're really not my specialty. So I think instead what I might do is we'll just go ahead and half block it in. Like so. Maybe do that the whole way down. And then it's a bit like this. Even then I'm not too sure about that because it just gives it a I don't know. Not too sure, to be honest with you. Perhaps instead then, we build stairs. So that it just slopes down and inwards. Maybe? Rather than an elevator? Can we build stairs? Oh. There we go. We can. Wooden stairs, concrete stairs. Give me 10 of these, please. Oh, we've got ladders! Did you see that? Ah! That's new, of course. Let's go ahead and build 10 of those as well. Thank you. Alright. Let's make sure we're not burning. Good, we're good. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and... we want to put the stairs in here. Maybe do ladders on the other side. So going down to the garden, perhaps. That could work quite nicely. We're going to want to make these pretty steep stairs, I reckon. So for now, we'll just do like this. And then we'll make it connect to the bottom. There we go, like that. Good. Oh, you git. Of course, there's nothing for it to sit on, is there? I kind of should have known that. Sorry, I think we've got the stairs back though. Alright, let's switch these back around. We're going to want to do something like this. That there. Like this here. This is just sort of partially for aesthetics sake, as well as structural integrity. So that's the reason it fell off, because I had no block that it was attached to. Now in space, that's not a big deal when you're building bases, but obviously in this, it is. So I think this is looking pretty good. At least I think we can see where this is going to go. Rather than having it slope in, I think I'm going to have the windows kind of stick out a little bit, so it kind of widens around here, and then it, I don't know, actually I don't know. That's something we're going to have to work off camera, because that's going to be a little bit of a trial and multiple errors situation. But yes. Bloody radiation. Alright, well, how are we doing over here? Let's go ahead and start with the... Okay, stair-shaped short concrete. Is that how it comes out as, yeah? We want to... I've never used these before, so how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So if I do this... Oh, okay. I'm trying to like... Oh, is it like C and... Oh, it's like... Okay. You kind of use your jetpack. Like an elevator block, basically. I was thinking you look down it, because that's what a lot of games do, isn't it? First-person games, they do tend to do that, where you, yeah. Alright, stairs it is. I think we'll stick with that. We can put a fridge there. That's very nice. A couple of plant grow thingies here. There, and then along here. I guess another wooden block at the end. So let's take a look at the structural integrity of this. See, this is not attached to anything until obviously we expand it out here. I think that's where I'm going to put a couple of turrets. As for the top section here, I should really put a turret on top of here. Maybe that's what I'll do instead. Maybe that's what I'll try and do. Actually, I still like the idea of this being windowed as it goes down. I think that would look nice. Kind of it just slowly slopes down. Could be a pretty cool looking base. This front bit though, I'm not too sure now if it sort of goes in. And then, I don't know, I felt like I need to make this a little bit more subtle, I would say. But I still want some water generators here. Speaking of, I think that's something we probably want to make right now. How much space do you have in here? Oh, you got a little bit of space. Got a little bit of space. That's not bad. So let's go ahead and start looking at producing some water generators so that we can make oxygen. In case you didn't know, oxygen is very good. We'll start off with just, because we don't have a lot of fuel, start off with 3 of them. Let's also go ahead and start producing some more Promethean packs as well. So nightfall is almost upon us. It's not too far away. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and mine that silicon so we can get a lot more window space. I'm also going to see if I can level up to level 5 so that we have a lot more build options then. We'll also be able to upgrade the Desert Runner as well, because I should be able to. Could I build a tier 2 CPU thingy majiggery? Of course, I've probably gone. No, it's level 7. Yeah, not yet then. Not yet. Anyway, before we asphyxiate, let's go ahead and have some oxygen too. Alright, anyway, I will catch you back in a little while once I have progressed with some admin. Get some silicon, level up to level 5. We can upgrade our constructor to a proper constructor, a real one that actually is of use. And yeah, we'll go from there. Hello and welcome back. Unfortunately with this bit here, I wasn't actually recording the audio, so I'm just going to voice over it afterwards. And as you can see, I have been working on the base quite nicely. We completely covered this section here, well, pretty much. Here's a little aerial view. We've got a nice little landing pad on top for an SV. Quite happy with that. Yeah, pretty good, right? This section here, yeah, it's almost covered as well. We just really need to get ourselves some doors, I think. I do love that little hatch. I'm just so pleased with that. We're not going to work on the garden though for a while because we don't even have grow plots and stuff like that. We've got seeds, but we just need some grow plots, so that's quite an investment. So we'll do that later. Yeah. Anyway, over to the map. I couldn't find it because I'm an idiot. Today we're on the bloody galaxy map. We're going to have a little look at a Xerax base up there, and yeah, we'll see if we can take it on. Depends on what sort of base it is. I'm going to see if I can sneak in there with the Desert Runner. But yeah, this little section on top here, I would have shown you how it worked, but it was just getting really mundane and really fiddly, and I opted for just a slopey bit there. I would have loved for the glass to come down the sides as well, but unfortunately due to how limited the selection is with those glass panes, it just was too difficult, so I had that slopey bit going down. And this little flat area here is going to be space for turrets, for defensive purposes obviously. But we don't have any turrets at the moment, but you know, it's there to be upgraded. Been thinking of a name for this thing, and I'm thinking of calling it the Lon House or something like that, just because it's kind of long and kind of thin. But no, just the Lon House or the Lon Hut. Then again, it's not really a hut, it's made of bloody concrete, isn't it? Anyway, we've gone ahead and we're level 5 now. I've been building a few things, so something we do have now is a sniper rifle, which is brilliant. So if we do get a drone attack, we can take on any drones with a sniper rifle, or if we need to, whilst looking at that Xerax base, we've got that. Now let's go ahead and get rid of this nonsense here. We do have ourselves a constructor, as in a proper constructor, a large constructor. And we also have a ventilator with an O2 tank, as well as 3 water generators too. So let's go ahead and get rid of the constructor here. There we go. And of course make sure we switch it to input and output, only input and output. And we're going to go ahead and, well, we can't build container controllers or anything yet, but just looking at things we do need, we can build doors, which I was just mentioning earlier, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that in a bit. Of course, what is it I'm off to do here? Yeah, I'm busy thinking, doors? Yes, let's build doors, that's a great idea. There we go. In fact, let's build 2, because we want to completely contain this section here. As long as we have one part of the base that is self-contained, I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy with that. So we're going to have a little look at the unlock menu here. We've only got 16 points left, and I'm busy thinking, I don't really want to use it yet in case there's something I need. As you see, no container extensions yet. No medical devices either. I can build shutter doors, but that costs 8 points by the looks of it. That is expensive. So no way I'm going to do that. Sentry guns though, 5 points, probably worth it. And I might do that in between week 2 and 3, off camera possibly, just throw a few sentries up, just so we've got some basic defences. But yeah, his next Xerax attack, it just says under 10 days, which is incredibly vague. So I assume that means we don't need to worry about it yet, because that's quite a long time away. But it could mean 1 day, but normally it says under 1 day or something like that. Or imminent, perhaps. Anyway, let's go ahead and make ourselves, or equip everything rather. So let's go ahead and throw the door up here. Just have the standard door most likely. This way looks better because I think from this side of the room it looks just better. There we go. Thinking of doing something by those windows there. We'll come to that in a bit. And then over here, probably looking at maybe sloping it in. Like so. Do it here, like that. Could have used symmetry mode, but I'm busy thinking, is this what I want to do? Because we then have the gap on top, but it's not really a big deal. To be honest with you. Yeah, it'll probably do, because we can then cover up the top. From the inside, it generally looks alright, kind of sloping out like that. Gives it a bit of space as well. The end here. We're going to get rid of those containers, and we're going to have input there, output this side. So we can use that space for something else. For instance, O2 tanks, fuel tanks, stuff like that. Got the wireless randomly there in the room as well. Maybe I'll move that around. I'm going to move a few things around. I don't think I'll move the core though. I think it's in the position under the stairs there is acceptable. Alright, anyway, we're going to go ahead and we are going to throw out these water generators. Now, I wasn't sure if the depth of the water generator affected the quality, but it turns out it doesn't. So we're going to go ahead here and give each of them 7 Promethean packs each, which we get one for free, which is always nice. And it's 80% quality, and it's the same no matter where we put it. So we're going to put them right along the shore there, so that we can kind of build right up to them, so that we can get ourselves a supply of water very easily. So that's going to be our oxygen supply, essentially, as well as our... what's that? I forgot. The little green oxygen-looking bottles, but they're not oxygen. It's like not nitrogen either, but you use them for fusion cells, but that's a late-game thing. We don't need to think about that for now. No, we don't. Right, let's go ahead and cover up the top here. Like so. Busy thinking of what's the best way to do it here, because the door doesn't go too high. So instead, pretty much just going to be doing it like that for now. I'll work on all of this off camera. I'm probably going to do this front section here off camera, and then at another time I might work on the garden on camera, because I think that could look pretty awesome. But only once I've got the resources. I need a lot of silicon, because I want it all to pretty much be made of glass. Glass and maybe wood, although wood's very weak. It just looks nice, I feel. But we'll see. So there we go. We now have a contained room. As you see, it's 22 degrees on the right hand side with no radiation. That means it is completely contained. So let's go ahead and look at putting some oxygen in here. I say that, I don't actually put any oxygen in the tank. It's just there, ready for when I do want to do that, because we don't actually have any proper O2 bottles yet. I'm busy thinking about where to put this, and I sort of look at it here. Well, I'm busy thinking about this slope block here, but then I think, I want to do that. That looks good. We can still move around it, but it does ruin the view from the outside looking in, but then I guess you don't really have it for that. Also, it means it's difficult to sort of see up anyway. When you're down there, you can only really see the view from the stairs here. Well, not while it's night anyway. But then I decide, alright, let's just go ahead and do it then. Alright, there you go. Drag that across. Very nice. Maybe we can light it up on the top there, so that you do see something from the outside. It's just always nice kind of to see into your base a little bit on the outside. CPU is fine, we're under half CPU. The one thing though is generator usage, so you have to ignore the siren going past in a moment. We're going to need a fridge, but generator usage, 21% whilst building. We're going to need to up that if we're going to have turrets, grow plots, all sorts of stuff. As we continue to expand the base, it's just going to use up more, because that's only a tiny little generator. So either we're going to put a second one down, which we're most likely to do because they're cheap, or a tier 1 one. We can probably squeeze in that gap there. If not, we can put it underneath, because I think it might be 4 tiles along, possibly. Which, there is room there for it. So we can do that, put the fuel above it. Should be okay. Over here, looking at maybe putting some curves on this side here. But I keep using this block, and it's a bit overused, I think. So I'm going to go for a very rare inner slope block, as we will see in a moment when I find it. That one there, and there you go, just for a bit of variety. It doesn't matter how it looks at the top there, because that's all just going to be a flat surface anyway that I'll build off of. Yeah, pretty fine. Whoop, jump up. Yeah, that looks alright. It'll do. So let's go ahead and do the same on the other side here. See if I can get it right. There we go. Very nice, that'll do. Still very plain in that midsection there, but we'll sort it out. Maybe I'll add some sentry guns. I think adding some sentry guns actually will work wonders there, so we'll probably do that. But yeah, we've got ourselves our little contained base. We're going to go ahead now and actually produce some gatling ammo, if I'm not mistaken. 15mm bullets, because we did unlock the gatling gun so that we could actually supply it with ammo. I've already got some made. We also went and mined that silicon deposit as well, so we've got a little bit of everything at the moment, but it's not going to last, so we are going to need to do a little bit more exploring. Over here, I've also got a massive supply of Promethium, 2,580 pellets. That is an awful lot. Very nice indeed. So, quickest way to do it is to just connect to the input and drag it down to the yellow toolbar there, and then after that, just go ahead and disconnect. And there you go, 3,000 Promethium. That'll do us. That'll do us for a lot of fuel. For a little while. A good while, actually. So yeah, we've now got 30 O2 tanks, small O2 tanks. That's really nice. Nice little supply going. I also went ahead and picked up a lot of food as well off camera. That was another thing I did too. We're already producing water here for those O2 tanks. I'll leave them there for now though. I don't just do anything at the moment. So yeah, we've kind of established a nice little base here. It's not very well protected at the moment. I mean, the concrete blocks are good, but it doesn't have any weaponry of itself. But we do have that sniper rifle, so we should be fine. We can defend it, hopefully. But yeah, over here we're going to go ahead and drag however much ammo we can drag into the Desert Runner. 1,250 spare. It's already got, I think, a load in the tank, in the barrels rather, and we're going to go ahead and grab the rest of the ammo. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We've got our sniper rifle. Let's go ahead and reload that so it's ready to rock and roll. We've also got our pistol as a backup weapon as well. But yeah, we're looking good. Shotgun and sniper is a good way to go. So, in we go. It's time to go and have a look at that Xerax base up in the distance. Do we see it? There it is. Fantastic. It says it's level 1, 2.5 kilometers away. Okay, here we are in Xerax territory. Hello, mechs. Hello. No, thank you. Don't want anything to do with you. So we're under a kilometre away now, and there are patrols about, which I just completely forgot about. And given the fact that the Desert Runner is very slow, we could get into some trouble here. So I decided to go for some high ground in the hope that maybe there'll be less patrols. It seemed like a good idea, because we're not really seeing anything here. I mean, don't know about you, but I'm just looking around the screen. It's much easier to look around when you're not controlling the vehicle. Just go ahead and... yeah, look, nothing. So, get as close as we can and investigate this base. And unfortunately, 3 minigun drones is a very bad sign. That means it is quite a bit more powerful than I was expecting. I thought maybe it'd have 1 drone, 2 drones, but if it's got 3, it's probably a bit of a toughie. And also I can see that little green light there, that's an ion turret, which they're easy enough to dodge, assuming you've got an SV that can dodge as well. Looking around, it doesn't look like there's anything. That said, there's some ground troops down there. We're going to go ahead and... I don't think I'd spotted them by this point. We're going to go ahead and grab the drone, have a quick look. And yeah, there they are. Some ground troops, Xerax ground troops. Got to be careful. Get a little bit closer, see if we can unlock what it is, and it's a listening post. Listening post. Okay. Guarded by 3 drones. That said, I think if we have a proper SV, we can take it on. But look at maybe getting a bit more XP. See a little Ripper dog, shoot it in the face. Makes the Xerax Empire hate us a bit more. Shot that guy in the face, but he walks off. Walks it off quite nonchalantly. Is that a word? Nonchalantly? Or just nonchalant? I don't know. Anyway, I decide that's it. We're out of here. We're not going to take that on. We can't sneak up on it. The reason I thought maybe we could do it with the Desert Runner is if we could sneak up on it. If it was like a power station. Now I'm going to get a power station or a supply station, and those are generally unguarded by drones, and maybe only have a turret on one side. In which case you can sneak up on the other side. And just go from there, really. So yeah, but that's clearly not an option here, especially with all the patrols about. it's quite a well-guarded Xerax POI. So for now, let's actually go and explore the rest of the planet, or at least some more of it, because we actually haven't explored a lot of it. So we're going to go ahead and make our way round. I'm not going to go the whole way round. At first, when I was doing this, I said, yeah, I'm going to go the whole way round. Then I realised, oh god, my vehicle is so slow. 21 meters per second, I should be going 70 meters per second. So, no, we don't do that. But anyway, let's see what we find. Okay, so this is what we have found so far. We have got ourselves something right ahead, a cluster of little POIs, and then the purple one there. We'll come to that, but yeah, those are legacy stuff, and they are horrible. Alright, so here we have the destroyed shelter. Not really much going on here. We'll get out and have a look around anyway, just in case there's a random cargo box or something of value, but as you can see, it's just a few. You can get some very basic components. Well, you can even sleep there if you wanted, if you want to avoid the night hours. We seem to be driving through the night here with kind of perpetually at night, but that's fine. It's no problem. Yeah, nothing on top, nothing on the sides. Yeah, nothing of interest. So it's now moving on to that cluster. As you see, there's about 4 of them. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I don't think I've ever really seen that, so I'm very curious to see what it is. This thing even falls slowly. I mean, it's ridiculous. Look at that. Just gently glides down. So slow. But, yeah, anyway, here we go. Quite a big couple of structures there, isn't it? This would in fact be the destroyed mining towers, I think they're called. Let's find out. There they are, yep, destroyed mining towers. We then get a submerged tank on the left. And an old farm, and that's the thing that really excites me here. We've also got a core with us. Thankfully, I actually have one. So if it does have any grow plots, we can go ahead and grab those. But anyway, let's take a look inside these mining towers. Got a little thing on the wall already. 2 sniper rounds. Whoopee. But I'm very unfamiliar with this structure, so I kind of just don't really know if I should be looking somewhere, but to be honest, it doesn't look like there is anywhere to really look. So we get the drone out, have a little snoop around. Don't really see anything, any crates, anything of any particular value, other than the structure itself, which would just give me iron, which we have 2 deposits near us anyway. When I say iron, the bottom part of it is mostly concrete, so it would take so long to get rid of. This thing is, yeah, pretty sturdy, so there's not really much we're going to be able to get from it. So, and that's the container that we've already gone ahead and grabbed, so yeah, not much here. Cool to look at, but we're just going to go back into the, I say desert runner, desert flyer, whatever I keep calling it. I think I want to call it desert crawler. I'll decide by week 3, I think. That's what I'm going to call it. Yeah, something caught my eye there. Nope, just some truss blocks. Alright, moving on now. So first, let's take a look at this debris field before I go ahead and slap the core in the old farm. Because, oh hello. Because there's often a few bits here. These are kind of like storage lockers. It's, you know, like in what's that terrible show, Storage Wars? Except there's no competition and there's no money to pay. These are all just out, left, abandoned. But look at this, projectile turret. Whoopee, I wish I could get that. One thing I did discover is that you can jump in it. Can't use it, can't even turn it, but you know, alright, fair enough. So let's start with our first one here, and it's a lot of fridges. It's also very radioactive. 9 rads. Ouch. Not cool. Not cool, man. So let's go ahead and grab everything we can. I spooked myself there. I didn't mean to press that. I thought I was busy pressing on the fridge, but oops. A couple of corn. That's good for the grow plots. There we go. Some alien plasmas are good for medical stuff. We're up to 0.4 rads now, as you can see. So I am going to need to build a shower. Can't get in this way. Cargo box there. Can almost get in this way. Get rid of that one. There There we go. Nanotubes, that saves us some silicon, I think. Electronics saves us some copper. Motors saves us a bit of everything. Not enough. We need 250 at least to grab some O2, but we are able to extract some fuel from this. 6 in total, very nice. And all of these things here will give us some components as well. Nice little bit of medical stuff there. Let's go ahead and take this tier 2 tank out. The cobalt alloys, that's brilliant. Well, there is very little cobalt around, so unless we start heating up POIs, but the cobalt alloys, brilliant. That's a fantastic find, and that was worth coming here just by itself, the 7 alloys. So very nice. Go ahead and leave that, and we'll move on to our final one here. We could always extract or salvage all of those antennas. You get stuff from those as well, just so you know. A lot of things do give you things, it's just general blocks don't. Anyway, in this one there is not really anything going on here. Just some basic consoles and ventilators. You can get stuff from those as well as that antenna, but I don't really feel like it. So instead we're gonna almost break my leg out there. Work on this cannon turret. So there's no point in me trying to put the core in and then carry this thing home because I think it's too heavy. I actually think it takes up far too much space to carry back, so we're just going to salvage it for parts, which is a big downgrade, but still. 8 mechanical components, 2 optical fibers, and 1 electronics. Not very much, given what we could have gotten, but that's alright. Better to have that than nothing, I suppose. So, back in we go, and now it's off to the old farm. See if there's anything there for us. Right, so it doesn't look like there's a lot. As you can see, solar panel. There's only, by the looks of it, 2 grow plots. That's it. I mean, I'll still take it. Take the 2 grow plots. Better than 0 grow plots. Go ahead and make our way in through this window. There's a core. There's a locker, but we can't access it because they just don't work, do they? Which is a shame, still can't. Even after we put our own core in, we still can't get into those lockers. So obviously, they're a little bit buggy, aren't they? So let's go ahead and put our core in so that we can get those parts back. Here we go. So let's disconnect from the fridge, because otherwise they'll go straight into the fridge. See how much room it takes up. Like any full block, it takes up 80 SU. And go ahead and grab both of them. And then we just want to salvage everything else. We're not going to use solar, to be honest. I might not even use solar at all in this playthrough. Not too sure. See if there's any oxygen. There isn't, but we can salvage it for a few parts at least. Could have gotten those deco consoles as well, but that's alright. But yeah, there you have it. So go ahead and try and pick our own core back up. Well, we just get a few parts for it. I suppose that was worth it. Just for the grow plots. It was worth it enough, I would say. So let's hop back in. We're not going to look at the submerged tank because, if I recall, there's even less in there than any of the others, pretty much. I don't recall, and I just think, yeah, I'm much more interested in what's dead ahead, which appears to be one of those alien helixes. Really nasty these are. They do spawn a bunch of horrible things. They used to only spawn a couple of horrors, but now they spawn in all sorts of bugs. So, we've got the GATs going here. Let's give them a quick reload. I mean, they were barely missing any ammo. Well, we can also use the harvester module as a thing to move things down, but it is a little bit janky. But I'm going to go ahead and test that out here. So here we go, we're coming up to the unknown helix. I hit a rock there, and I noticed this assassin here. I figured this is a good time to test out the harvester module, see if we can do damage with it, and we can. We'll see here in a moment. However, I might not get stuck kind of in it. -4 Creole Empire. So the assassins are actually the Creole. We are now unfriendly with them. But I'm sure once we get killing some Xerax, we'll be back in their good books, hopefully. Anyway, the unknown helix. What we're going to do is we're going to go right up to it to hopefully trigger its first spawn. So, what's the first wave? As you see, there's a loot container right there. That's our target. We want to get up there, loot that box. But let's see if we can have anything come in. See him. Big alien at the back, little scorpion at the front. Now it's time to put the GATs to work. So I'm just trying to get back to my outside view. The gun depression is not great. It's better than I was expecting, actually. It's more the gun depression looking up that's bad. But yeah, we get the first one. Time to grab, see if we can kill that second one. So close. Come on. Yeah, not quite. We're going to have to swing over here. Turn this chunky boy around. Boy, we need to upgrade this to tier 2. Slap some more thrusters, extra RCS on it, maybe a couple of extra gats as well. Well, turrets would be even better, actually. There we go, we take that one down. We've got the big alien there at the back there. This thing, you do not want to be taking this on foot because it will give you dermal burn, I think it is, or alien parasites. Probably dermal burn, I think. And it just shoots a projectile goo at you. So try and take it out from the safety of a HV like here. And now we're level 6 as well, so see if we can go ahead and get a second spawn. Doesn't appear there's anything going on here, so we're going to park up next to it. Swing by just a little bit closer. There we go, there comes the second spawn. So we'll do the same again. We'll try and keep our distance a bit. So it's making a run for us. And it is. This one's elusive. Very elusive. Kind of hiding behind a little bit of the raised terrain there, but we're able to just finish it off. That seems to be it. Just that one by the looks of it. So we're going to get out. Going to top up my oxygen because I am going to be gasping for breath in a moment. And then the usual happens, so jump on and horror in your face. Ouch. Yes, an abomination. That you are. Luckily, very kindly just waits there while I reload. Very nice of him, isn't it? So there we go, that's one horror down. Figure that's probably it. We can hear another one, but we can't see him. They can climb up these. I did break a leg when I jumped off after seeing one chasing up after me. I think that was back in Alpha 11, that was. It's horrible. So we're making it to the top here. We're so close. There's no core there though. They've moved the core. It's like, damn it, we can't stop this thing from spawning. Alright, it doesn't matter. All we've got to do is reach for that container. Get to the edge, we're able to reach. And look at this. We've got ourselves some magnesium, which is really nice for weapons. We've got some copper force fields. We can use those in the base if we wanted. Another sniper rifle there, and there's even a drill. Pretty cool. Go ahead and jump down, use the jetpack to stop myself from falling. I did see the core there. I'm just going to ignore that. And yeah, it turns out the horrors of... They've either spawned down here or they've just fallen down there. Not really sure. But anyway, just for a little bit of extra experience, we're going to go ahead and see if we can kill one of them. There we go, there's one. The other one's making its way towards me. This one is the elusive one. There's always one that just you never quite get. Can't even get a hit on it. Shot that Promethean rock instead. But yeah, just figure this guy, come on. Come on, man. Just you know what? I would say you deserve to live. You don't, but clearly I have no say in this because I can't hit you, so just gonna leave you there. So there we go. That's the unknown helix, or the helix structure, or whatever it's called. That gave us, yeah, some nice loot. The copper is pretty good, and that magnesium can do us some rockets or something like that. So that gives us options down the line. Like I say, the force fields, maybe I'll use that instead of a hatch, actually. That's a good call. No need to use the... We can put that in right away in our base. So rather than having a hatch there that I've got to use signal logic, I can just have a force field there. That would be so much easier. Ah, yeah, good idea. Anyway, that is pretty much it for this week. So, yeah, we got quite a bit done. We worked on the base, we've got ourselves a little base. We took on an unknown helix. We've seen the Xerax base as well. What I might do, I think, next time is I'm going to bring in the old favourite. What last time? I am going to bring in the Space Hog. Because it's a good vessel, alright? So off camera, I'm going to go ahead and get myself to level 7. And yeah, bring in the Space Hog. And we're going to go and maybe take on that POI, or we're going to explore some more of of our surrounding area. Because maybe there's maybe a slightly easier Xerax base we can take on, possibly. So we'll do a little bit of exploring as well. And maybe we'll introduce ourselves to the Polaris and see if we can be friends with them, so that we can trade with them. That would be really useful. We might even go to the moon. Shalaglan Moon. Shylagon Moon. Maybe we'll go there next time, possibly. So, maybe we'll do it all. It is a week's worth of content, supposedly. I mean, it's not quite, but, you know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you got something out of it, and hopefully I will see you next week.